Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do some more work on the Passat. We've got Boston Classic Car Show coming up in a couple of weeks, so we've got to get it ready. Got to get it running and get it driving. So yeah, so let's crack on. So I've done a little bit of work off camera. Couldn't get the engine running, even though it was all together, everything was right. Couldn't get it. We had an intermittent spark, we had intermittent fuel being injected. Couldn't work out why. So we pulled the ECU apart, and I'll put some pictures up here. But as you can see, some of the tracks were damaged. So we repaired those, and still no draw. So I'm guessing some components of the ECU damaged. Can't find another ECU with the same code. Don't know which ones we can use and which ones we can't. So I've made the decision to change it from injection to carburetor. So it does involve changing a few things, which I'll just show you now. So as you can see, we have pulled the head off the engine because the head on the 2 litre injection has these like almost single bollock and penis shaped inlets, and the carburetor just has round ones. So this is an 1800 head off a Mark II, and this is the 2 litre head off a Mark III. They're pretty much identical. As you can see, there's not really a different size in the valves. They're all pretty much the same. Yeah, they're pretty much identical apart from those inlet ports. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this on the engine. We've got new head gasket, new cam belts, a few other new bits and bobs. So what we'll do, we'll get you set up, and then we'll start getting this all together. So there's the new head gasket in place. We've got the new water pump in place. A few other bits and bobs. Engine is on top dead centre, as is the intermediate shaft. So we know that's good to go. There's the head, new head bolts. So yeah, so let's get it all in. The first stage is done. So second stage is 60 Newton meters. And now apparently we do 90 degrees. If I start here, 90 degrees will be in line with the engine. Right, before anything moves, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this cam belt on. This is a Febby kit. We've got a little sticker there to stick on somewhere. New tensioner goes on there. Right, let's get a nut for that. spins over nicely. No clunks, no bangs, no nothing. Time must be right. Everything must be okay, working together. Now it's just trying to start buttoning things up and see if we can get a spark. One thing I have got to do is I've got to mount a fuel pump somewhere. So I've got one of these Passat low pressure ones because it's a carburetor. And these go up to about 2.5 psi, which should be fine for this carb. If I find it's too much, I can put a regulator on it and turn it down at a later date. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fit this at the rear near the tank. And with this being 74, I don't like drilling holes in cars. So what I've done is I've made this bracket up, and these two bolt holes here, they bolt into where the seatbelt will mount, because obviously I haven't got a rear seatbelt. So that bolts up there, and then these two studs here that I've welded on, this fuel pump then fits on there like that. So that should be a nice solid mount. Probably OTT, but it is what it is. Painted blue because the only paint I've got is BMW Esterol blue. So I've painted that blue so it doesn't rust, and we'll get that fitted to the car now. And yeah. There we go, the fuel pump is solidly mounted now. Absolutely rock solid. There's that bracket I made up here. If you look this side, it's a bit awkward, but these are like the driver's side seatbelt mounts. They're the passenger side ones. So I've just bolted from the outside in as opposed to the inside out. The fuel line here, that's the feed from the tank, that's the feed to the engine. I've cut out of that, fitted this flexible fuel line to it, double clipped it, nice and solid, into the fuel pump, out the fuel pump, above this bracket because there's a bit of a gap, and then back onto the factory feed. Now that pipe is there's a bit I cut out of it. It's absolutely solid and fine, even though it's a steel one. But as you can see under here, for a 1974 car that has genuinely had no welding and no work, this is in amazing condition. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cable tie this up now, cable tie it to the fuel line all the way to the front, and then yeah, and we get it wired up. So off camera, I've done a few bits and bobs. Got the carb fully mounted up. We got all the ignition system done. So I couldn't get the TCI I had and the Hall sensor on the distributor to talk. So what I've done, I've made an adapter ring out of the old distributor that came with the Gti Engine. And I've used the one off the 1.8 because that's on old points and condenser. So I've wired the points and condenser up to the coil, and just sit that right there and have a listen to this. Now, I've still got the different carb, we've got a different timing, which is what I'm doing now. So, don't worry about that. The battery charge is all like coming off, so we're all happy with that. So what we're going to do, on the top sensor, on the cam here, on the top pulley. So as you can see, I've got an O. So as you can see, I've got an O here, a T here, and a little mark here, which I put at the top of the engine. I've also marked the inner part of the pulley as well, so now I know when I've used my timing light that it's all in line. I don't know how well this is going to show up with frame rates and all that lot. That's not far off. So once again, I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but if you look, That is perfect. So it's 6 degrees before top dead centre, so it's 6 degrees advanced. And as you can hear, the engine's running sweet now. Ignore all this smoke, that's just where I've had greasy handprints all over the exhaust, all over the engine. It's just burning off. But yeah. Sweet as a nut. So you may notice no throttle cable connected. Here's the throttle cable, and it does not reach. So what I've got to do, I've got to fit a new one. I've got a few cables and that kicking about, so I'll find one that kind of fits and use that. But yeah, it's in, it's running. Cinderella shall go to the ball. It's just warming up. I'll go and warm the Passat up as well, and then we're going to head over to the Boston Classic Car Show near Hubbards Bridge. We've got a few other people coming here to meet us, and then we'll have a bit of a convoy down. So yeah, let's see you there. So we're being towed. Throttle cable snapped. But we will get to the ball. We will get to the show. And hopefully we'll have to fix it. If not, we'll get towed home as well. We've now been to Boston Classic Car Show. As you saw, we did get towed in. and that's because the throttle cable came unhooked. We got that all hooked up back in the show, and it's been driving lovely since. Unfortunately, we had to get towed in, which wasn't a glamorous entrance into the show, but yeah. And idle just a little bit low still, so I'm going to do, I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. Got to put a little bit of a cloth in here just to hold the bonnet catch open, because the springs have gone on it. Yeah. As you can see, idling a little bit low. So I'll do, I'll just get a flat tip screwdriver and lift it up a little bit. Just adjusting the idle fueling screw. Drop that idle down a little bit more. That sounds sweet now. Let's go for a drive, shall we? It's quite obvious I've not quite got it set up right. We've got a never slight misfire when we're cruising like this, but apart from that, it's driving really well. There you go, you just felt it. Well, you didn't probably feel it, but I'd have felt it. It's not me, you're not. But you'd have probably seen it. Then it's a little cough. And every time there's a little cough, it does. Whether that's something to do with the HT leads I've used, because they're old ones, probably need some fresh ones. The distributor cap I've used, an old one. But yeah, it could be something like that. Yeah, it's driving lovely. I remember 3 years ago, this was parked in my barn, where it had been parked for nearly 40 years. And for it to be on the road now, it's fantastic. It's all UK registered, 1940, it's MOT and tax exempt. And yeah, all we've got to do is insure and go. But it does sound bloody good. That 3236 Weber Progressive DG EV, it's got the electric choke. That does sound absolutely amazing on this engine. Whether it's not quite jetted right, that's why it's got that little misfire, I don't know. I'm sure we'll get it sorted out. Full ignition system service, and sort out that choke, not the choke, and sort out the carb, and I think we'll be laughing with this. What's our next plans for this car here, you ask? Well, what I think we'll do, I think we'll pull the engine back out again, because there are a few wires in there that aren't quite right. On the way to Gti Vegas, one of the wires that I had clipped about the way obviously wasn't secure enough, and it's dropped down and earthed out against the exhaust and melted, as melted a couple of cables as well, but we bypassed them so we can keep the vehicle running. It's basically just the horn system and the carb preheat. We don't use the carb preheat on this one, so it doesn't matter. So when we tidy up them wires with the engine bay out, we'll shave as much out of the engine bay as we can. There's no header tank because it's top fill radiator, but we'll get rid of what pipes we can, get rid of what cables we can, really make that engine bay stand out and shine. And hopefully what we'll do, we'll be able to track down some coilovers or air rides with this and get it really down on its arse, and that should look really good. We'll probably get some BBS split rims or some nice wheels for it, some Gtis, something like that. See what comes up at the right price at the right time, and yeah, that's probably how we leave the Passat. Proper good bit of B-road this. I think I've given it too much because I think we've just lost a cylinder. So probably whatever was giving us that intermittent misfire has now bit me on the ass, giving it some beans. I'll pull over in a minute and see what it's doing, because yeah, we've only got 3 cylinders. You can hear that? It's falling like mad. Ah, looks like number 4 isn't firing. There we go. Number 4 has left the chat. Alright. Number 1 doesn't seem very happy either, but yeah, definitely number 4. Oh, for sake. Wow, that's not good, is it? think while it's running, I'll get it home, and then, like I say, I want to give it a full ignition service. But that's when we pop the engine out and stuff like that. So I'll take it home, we'll park it up, and that'll be the last of this episode. But it's got 2 shows, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and all that yada yada yada. Find us across all the other social medias, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.